Hey everyone, Jack here, TalkNorwichCity back for another video. Some transfer rumours to get stuck into today. It's that time of the season, isn't it, where rumours start to escalate. But this one has something about it. Big thank you for yesterday's video. We smashed the like target, which means we'll be doing 5 players that I think we should be getting rid of on top of the players we talked about yesterday that have already departed Carrow Road. If this video hits 300 likes, I will be reacting to my pre-season predictions video. And warning, there are some absolutely howling predictions that have gone down in that one. So 300 likes on this, and we will get that video out in the next week or so. Let's talk about Ashley Barnes, shall we? Ashley Barnes has been linked with a move to Norwich City. It was broken by esteemed journalist and well-known Twitter personality, Chris Reeve. Chris got the scoop on this one. Not sure how, but he did. Well done to Chris. Chris said, I understand that Ashley Barnes is one of the players who has visited the Lotus Training Centre this week. Now, this came off the back of David Wagner saying in his press conference ahead of the Blackpool game that they've already shown some players around the training ground and work is already underway to try and bring some players in ahead of next season. Now, I'm a big fan of getting business done early. I think one of the big problems we've faced in recent seasons is not getting that business done early enough, and then you're kind of scurrying around late on in the window to try and bring some players in. Obviously, they're trying to be proactive in their approach, and I immediately saw this and thought, you know what? I like the sound of this. Ashley Barnes, 33 years old, experienced player, has just tasted promotion with Burnley. And I think if you would have said Ashley Barnes maybe like 2 seasons ago, I wouldn't be overly excited about it, particularly with it being kind of a Timu Pukki replacement. I would have been like, I'm not so sure about that. The reason this one, I wouldn't say excites me, but I'm okay about it, is the dramatic kind of change in Ashley Barnes' game since Vincent Kompany went into Burnley. You kind of associated Ashley Barnes with being a bit of a shithouse forward, kind of Grant Holt-esque really, winning headers, battering into defenders and scoring the odd goal here and there. And he still had that about him under Kompany, but the kind of work rate really impressed me under Kompany. They were playing, more proactive front foot football compared to what they were under Sean Dyche. And I just assumed that Ashley Barnes would be a man that would kind of sit on the bench and not really feature too much under Kompany. But played, I think it was 30 times last season under him, scored 6 goals, a couple of assists in there too. So a pretty decent return. I just saw a man who clearly still had lots of fight in him, clearly still wanted to be the best player he could possibly be, and not a man that was simply trying to pick up wages in the kind of twilight era of his career. So it's clear that he's still got something about him. It's clear that he can score goals in the Championship. I think a lot of Norwich fans would probably say, well, Jackie's kind of an archetypal, Championship striker, and we had one of those in Jordan Hugill. I think that's, an easy kind of lazy assessment to look at. Yeah, they're kind of similar players, but sometimes things just don't work out. You probably wouldn't have had Hugill above Pukki or Sargent. You maybe would have had him above Adam Eder, but things have changed since then. Hugill's gone, Pukki will be going. It means we're left with Sargent and Eder, 2 young players. Sargent's 23, Eder's 22. So Barnes has 10 years on both of them. And I think one of the big things, and Wagner mentioned this in his press conference, he said, we're looking for players with character that don't wilt in the face of adversity. And I thought that was a really nice assessment, because I think wilting is maybe a slightly strong approach on what we saw from our squad this season, but we certainly saw a squad lacking any kind of real leaders when Hanley and McLean were out, and we've certainly lacked a leader in the front line when Pukki hasn't been playing. And even Pukki, yes, he's got experience, and yes, he's one of Norwich City's greatest ever strikers, but I wouldn't say he was an out-and-out leader. He was quite quiet in his approach, and there was nothing wrong with that. It worked for him. But I'd quite like to see a Norwich team, fighting next season, hopefully, in a higher position than we finished this season, with an Ashley Barnes type up front. I don't know. I've just seen this one and I've gone, you know what? it's kind of low risk. He's not going to be coming in on huge wages. It's not a massive outlay. I liked what I saw about him this season. Injury-wise, a fairly clean record. I'm happy to proceed. And I think Norwich will be looking at this one and going, you know what? If Barnes wants to play here and he wants to try and get us up next season, then let's get him in. That's my thoughts anyway. He's certainly been at the training ground. Norwich clearly want him. Whether he wants to play his football next season at Norwich City is a different matter. But I think it would be a really good, shrewd appointment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I think this is going to be one that splits opinion, and I'm really excited to see what you guys think. As always, a massive thank you to our sponsors. You can find discount codes down in the description below. Why don't stock up the fridge with Lakens ahead of hopefully a really sunny summer. And a reminder, if we hit 300 likes on this, you'll get to see my reactions to my pre-season predictions. And there were some stinkers in there, including, actually I'm not going to give it away, but put it this way, I got the league winners very, very wrong. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you all again very soon. Bye-bye.